All right, get ready to dive deep with us today. We're going to be looking at the chemistry of onions.
That's right.
You want some fun facts for your next cocktail party, right?
Yes, you do.
Specifically, the science of why they make us cry.
And how they get that great flavor.
By the end of this, you'll have 5 incredible onion facts
That will make you the star.
at your next gathering.
Absolutely.
So to kick things off, it all comes down to one element, sulfur.
Yes, sulfur.
Sulfur kind of has that bad reputation, right? Like rotten eggs.
Yeah, that's it.
So are onions just like these little stink bombs?
Not quite stink bombs.
Okay, good.
But they are full of sulfur, sulfur-containing compounds.
Okay.
And these compounds are what cause both the tears and flavor.
Interesting. Okay, so let's break this down. So what's going on at the molecular level when we cut into an onion?
So inside each onion cell,
Uh-huh.
there are these sulfur compounds.
Okay.
They're called amino acid sulfoxides.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Normally, they're just hanging out,
Yeah.
doing their own thing.
Right.
But when you cut into the onion, you damage the cells.
Okay.
And that's when the drama begins.
That is when the waterworks start. Why does this cellular damage make us cry?
Because it unleashes enzymes,
Oh, enzymes.
and the enzymes get to work,
Uh-huh.
transforming those amino acid sulfoxides
Right.
into a whole new compound.
Uh-huh.
This is the infamous lachrymatory factor.
Lachrymatory factor.
LF for short.
LF. Okay, LF. It sounds pretty serious.
It kind of is.
All right.
LF, also known as propanthyl S-oxide,
Wow.
is a volatile compound.
Volatile. Okay.
Meaning it easily turns into a gas.
Right.
And that wafts up towards your eyes.
So it's like a chemical attack from the onion.
It is, yeah, like a defense mechanism.
Oh, wow.
So when that hits your eyes, it irritates the lacrimal glands,
Uh-huh.
and your body's natural defense is to produce tears
So it's trying to wash away the
to
irritant.
wash away the irritant, yeah.
Okay, so tears are our body's way of protecting us
Okay.
from this sneaky onion gas.
Uh-huh.
But what about that strong smell that takes over the kitchen?
Yeah,
Is that the same compound?
it's related but not the same.
Okay.
So the LF causes the tears, but that pungent aroma
Yeah.
is caused by a whole other group of sulfur-containing compounds.
Oh, okay.
These are also volatile,
Uh-huh.
also released when you cut the onion.
So it's a whole bunch more.
A whole other group, yeah.
Wow. So onions have like a whole arsenal
They do.
of sulfur compounds.
Yes.
Each with its own little special effect.
That's right. And they're all released by those busy enzymes when you cut the onion.
It makes you wonder, if someone cries a lot while cutting onions,
Yeah.
are they also extra sensitive to the smell?
That's a great question. And yeah, it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Sensitivity to these compounds can vary a lot.
Right.
Just like some people love spicy food.
Yeah.
And some can't handle any spice.
Right.
It's all about our genetics and how we perceive those chemical compounds.
It's like our senses are playing detective,
That's a great way to put it.
trying to decode all the signals from the onion.
Exactly.
But let's talk about cooking.
Yes.
Everyone knows that changes the flavor.
It does.
So what's the chemistry behind that?
The magic of cooking.
Right.
Heat is a game changer. It
Yeah.
can enhance the sulfur
Uh-huh.
or mellow it out.
Okay.
It all depends how you cook it.
Okay, give me your tips. How can I control the sulfur?
So think of it this way. High, dry heat,
Okay.
like roasting,
Uh-huh.
that's your friend if you want to preserve those sharp, pungent notes.
Okay.
So high temp for a shorter time
Uh-huh.
won't break down the sulfur as much.
So you're saying if I want like a bold flavor, I should roast it?
Exactly.
Got it. Okay, what if I want to make those sweet caramelized onions that melt in your mouth once?
Then you want low and slow cooking.
Okay.
Caramelizing onions over low heat for a long time.
Right.
That lets the sulfur compounds break down.
Okay.
And that leads to a milder, sweeter flavor.
Wow. So it's amazing how you can get
I know, right?
totally different results from the same ingredient,
It is.
just changing the temperature.
Yeah,
It's like the onion has a secret personality or something,
it does.
depending on how you treat it.
It does. And when you cook onion, you create a whole bunch of new flavors.
It's not just subtraction then, it's addition too.
Exactly. It's both.
So what kind of new flavors?
Think rich, sweet, savory,
Okay, yeah.
even a hint of nutty.
Mm-hmm.
This is all thanks to a Maillard reaction.
Uh-huh.
It's a chemical process.
Okay.
Happens when sugars and amino acids are heated together.
Maillard reaction, that sounds familiar. Isn't that what makes meat brown
You got it.
and bread get crusty?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a powerhouse reaction.
Wow.
And in onions, it's what makes those irresistible caramelized onions.
Okay, now I'm craving caramelized onions.
Haha.
But before we rush off to the kitchen, let's talk about the different types of onions.
Okay.
Like you got your sweet vidalias,
Yeah.
your sharp red onions.
Right.
I'm guessing those variations have something to do with the sulfur?
You are absolutely right.
Okay,
So different varieties have different amounts of sulfur compounds.
interesting.
And that gives them each their unique personality.
So it's kind of like picking the right actor for a movie.
That's a great analogy.
You want to know their strengths
Yeah,
and how they'll shine in a particular scene.
that's a great way to think about it.
Okay, so big Vidalia onions.
Yeah,
They're known for being sweet.
right.
So I guess they have lower levels of those sulfur volatiles.
You got it.
So they're like the gentle giants of the onion world.
Haha. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, what about red onions? Those are so sharp.
Red onions are on the other end of the spectrum.
Uh-huh.
They're packed with sulfur compounds.
Okay.
They're the bold, assertive ones.
I see. And yellow onions, they're like in every recipe.
Yellow onions are the middle ground.
Yeah.
A balance of sweet and pungent.
Uh-huh.
They can adapt to anything.
Okay.
They're very versatile.
So we've got sweet Vidalias, pungent reds, and then balanced yellows. What about shallot?
Shallots.
They seem so delicate.
They are.
Yeah.
They're like the elegant cousins of onions.
Okay.
Closely related.
Yeah.
But they have a more subtle flavor.
Okay.
Less sulfur.
Okay.
Gives them that delicate sweetness.
That makes sense. I love shallot in sauces
Me too.
where they don't overpower the other flavors.
Yeah, they're perfect for that.
What about white onions? They don't get as much attention.
White onions, yeah, they're often used in Mexican and Latin American cuisine.
Oh, okay.
Clean, crisp flavor.
Right.
They're sharper than yellow onions, but still milder than red onions.
Okay.
Kind of in between.
So it's like a whole onion family
It is.
with all these different personalities
Yes,
depending on their sulfur levels.
exactly. It's amazing, right?
It is amazing how one element
Yeah.
can create all these flavors.
I know. It really is.
It's really amazing. All these different onion personalities. Based on their sulfur, it's like we've unlocked the secret code of the onion family. Speaking of secrets, what about caramelization?
Yes.
What's actually happening when we caramelize onions?
Caramelization is where the onion's sweetness really comes out. It's those sugars breaking down and rearranging because of the heat.
So it's not just about like taming the sulfur, it's about making something totally new.
Exactly. You're creating something new. Some of the sulfur breaks down. But the real star is the Maillard reaction.
Oh yeah, the Maillard reaction, we were talking
Right.
about that. With the meat and the bread?
It's a culinary golden touch.
Right.
It makes ordinary ingredients extraordinary.
Yeah, I love that. So in onions, what does the Maillard reaction do?
It works on those natural sugars, creating hundreds of new flavors, and that's what gives caramelized onions that richness, complexity, sweetness, savory notes, little nuttiness.
Wow. So caramelization is like a whole orchestra
It is.
of flavor
Yes.
conducted by the Maillard reaction.
Exactly.
So what's the trick to getting that perfect caramelized onion?
Patience. You need patience.
Okay.
Low and slow. That's the key.
Okay.
You want to cook them over low heat for a long time so the sugars break down slowly and you get that Maillard reaction. If you use high heat, you'll just burn them.
Okay, got it. Low and slow for caramelized onions. But hey, what about fermentation? We talked about that earlier. Fermented onions, what do those taste like?
Oh, fermented onions are a whole other thing, a whole other dimension. It's like those sharp, pungent notes. They get transformed into something tangy and savory, almost funky.
Funky. Okay. So I'm guessing bacteria is involved here?
Yes. Bacteria is the key to fermentation.
Right.
These little organisms, they eat the sugars
Yeah.
and they produce lactic acid.
Oh.
And that gives fermented foods that tangy flavor.
So the bacteria give the onions a flavor makeover,
Yeah, exactly.
taking those harsh sulfur compounds and making them mellow and complex.
Exactly. Fermentation can really tame those sharp edges. You get this depth of flavor that's hard to get any other way. And plus, fermented foods are full of probiotics.
Oh yeah, the good bacteria for our gut.
Exactly.
So it's a win-win. Tastes good. Good for you. This has been so cool. I'm really seeing onions in a whole new light. Caramelizing them, fermenting them, all these different varieties. It's amazing what we can do with one simple vegetable.
It is amazing. It really speaks to how versatile onions are. They've been a staple in kitchens all over the world for centuries.
Yeah, and it's not just about the cooking, right? You said they have cultural significance too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Onions have been in myths and folklore, religious ceremonies. Going way back in ancient Egypt, they were sacred. Even used in burial rituals.
Wow.
They were a symbol of eternity because of all their layers.
So those layers we were just talking about scientifically,
Yeah,
they have a deeper meaning too.
they do. Those layers have inspired all sorts of symbolism in different cultures. It's like a reminder that there's more to things than meets the eye.
I love that. That makes me appreciate onions even more, knowing they have this whole history and symbolism beyond just being food.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, so the onion, it's more than just a vegetable.
Absolutely.
It's a cultural icon,
Yes.
a culinary chameleon,
Uh-huh.
a testament to nature's chemistry.
Well said.
I have to say, this onion deep dive, it's been a real eye-opener, no pun intended.
I appreciate it.
So, listeners, the next time you reach for an onion, think about what we talked about, those sulfur compounds, enzymes, the Maillard reaction, the cultural significance,
Yes.
and most importantly, savor the flavor.
Until next time, happy cooking, everyone.